Hello there, it's Mark Keane here, and I've just installed Azure Stack on a single HP physical host. It was fairly straightforward. It was a PowerShell script provided by Microsoft. All I had to do was kick it off and allow the server to reboot a few times and log it back in again and let it continue installing. Took around about 6 hours, but this is it. I've just finished the installation, logged on to the client VM for Azure Stack and opened up the Edge browser and navigated to this website here, portal.azurestack.local, which has brought me to the Azure Stack portal. So just logged in, and the very first thing we need to do after installing Azure Stack to make it available to other people to use is you need to go and set up offers and providers and services and quotas for each service. Now, services are stuff like resource providers. So let's do that right now. So if we go to new, tenant offers and plans, to allow a tenant, aka a customer, to use your Azure Stack environment, we need an offer. So we'll call it first offer, something very, very, very basic. Subscription will leave as is, which will be the only subscription that you'll have after setting up Azure Stack. It's the default provider subscription, which is the very, very first one that the administrator would have access to. Now, I'm the administrator for Azure Stack. I'm the service administrator, so I have full access to the entire environment. The resource group it's going to create will be called Offers and Plans. Now, down the bottom, it's asking for a plan itself, which we don't have one, so we're going to go through and create a new plan to go with the offer, and we'll call this first plan. Something very, very easy and basic and simple. Again, same subscription, it's going to push it to the first default one, into the same resource group, offers and plans, asking here for services, aka resource providers. So we'll do these four. It needs a subscription like anything else. You need a subscription to do anything with Azure for any tenant. And also the three other resource providers here, the foundational providers, which is what they're called in Azure. It's the storage, compute, and network providers, which make up the virtual machine. So we'll select all of those, bring them in, and now it's going to ask us more questions. It's going to say, hey, I need to know more information about those providers and services that you brought in. I need to know what region you want to put them in. So let's go local. Now, not only the region, we also need to set quotas for these resource providers. So I'm just going to select all of these, just keep it default for the time being for the purposes of this demonstration. This is quotas for the network provider. Now, quotas are applied to the service, which in turn are applied to a plan, which in turn is applied to a offer, which is then applied to a subscription, which then goes through to a tenant to use. And it's like a limit as such in public Azure. So that's configured now for the storage, for the network. So if we go to the compute level, and this is also to a protection to stop tenants going crazy and abusing the system, basically. So under the compute provider, let's select local as the region, and let's set some quotas for that part of it. Now here, there's not as many to select. Total amount of RAM will leave unlimited. Number of CPUs will leave unlimited. Number of virtual machines, it's got unlimited here ticked, but I'm going to untick it and just leave it as 10 because I think 10's enough for a preview. We'll go OK. And OK again. OK, the next one, the second last one, Microsoft.storage. Select a region, it's local, selected by default. Give it some quotas. There's two options in here, capacity and number of storage accounts, which is 20. That's plenty, so I'll click OK to that. And OK again. And subscriptions, there's not really much to do in this one. Region is done. As far as setting quotas, I'll leave it as that by default because we don't want to delegate anything out. Click OK and OK again. and come back. The plan is done. So the plan is now added to the offer. The plan comprising of the service and the quotas. Alrighty, and that's done. Offer has been done, created, as well as a plan, and it's sitting there for tenants to log in and subscribe to the offer. And that is it. Azure Stack TP1.